All right, hi Gemini. Welcome to your reading. I'll go ahead and take these cards. But if you're new to the channel, I do timeless readings, which means that whenever you find this video is when you're meant to hear the messages within it. And in case you end up subscribing, I upload my new videos for Sagittarius and Gemini on Wednesdays. The deck that I'm using today is called the Sun and Moon Tarot, and I am aware that there are some cards that flipped over in the deck. However, I don't take them unless they pop out individually. And as always, if you're interested in a personal reading, the link is in the description. Okay. All right, Gemini, so your overall energy is the Magician, which tells me that right now you guys are in a mode where you're manifesting things. Right, the Magician is a very powerful card, and it talks about somebody who has mastered the elements of the cups, which represent water, the wands, which represent fire, the swords, which represent air, and the pentacles, which represent earth. And by using all those elements, you can basically create things out of thin air, essentially. So now is a good time to be manifesting, and if you sort of want to look into what manifestation is, I highly recommend doing that. There's a lot of good videos here on YouTube. But basically, what I'm seeing is that there's a lot of energy that's being blocked here. Right? Because I see the major arcana, and I see the Lovers, and I see the Sun. They're both in reverse, which tells me that right now you guys have, because those are both really positive cards, and the Lovers is actually even the card of Gemini. So I'm under the impression that right now you guys are blocking a lot of your possible blessings and benefits. And the reason I'm saying it's like sort of like a mental block is because you have this Magician. So it almost feels like you're manifesting what you don't want. So when you put yourself in a negative mindset of like, for example, let's say you wake up and you say, wow, this day is going to be really shitty, it's going to be the worst day ever, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And then anything happens throughout the day, and it could even be a really small thing, and it sets you off, and you're upset, and then it becomes the worst day ever. So definitely, if that resonates with you, now would be a good time for you to sort of try to shift your mindset a little bit. Try to maybe manifest positivity in your life, and I think that'll help you, not just with your moods, but also with actually getting the things that you want. Because I see that there's a lot of new beginning energy, right? You have the Fool, which is the ultimate new beginning, as well as the Tower. And the Fool and the Tower both symbolize new beginnings, right? The Tower more so symbolizes endings. The Tower has the tendency to be a little bit violent, in the sense that whenever you see the Tower, it's because there's something that you've set up as a foundation that needs to crumble. So whenever you try to build something if you don't have a stable enough foundation, the Tower is going to come and it's going to cause it to crumble, essentially. So seeing this card tells me that there's things in your life right now that are definitely hurting you more than they're helping you. And those are the things that you need to look at and evaluate. I'm seeing it right next to the Two of Swords, which tells me that there's probably a certain level of indecision in your life. And I think that's not necessarily helping you. I think that you guys right now might be suffering from analysis paralysis, in the sense that you sort of like go back and forth on what if this, what if that, what if I don't make the right choice, this has this pro and that has that con, or whatever. And I feel like now is the time for action, especially with this Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is a card about speed, about fast. I'm looking at I looked at my recording clock just now, and it was 5:55. So some of you guys might be having synchronicities. But like I was saying, it talks about fast movement. So I'm thinking that now is the time for you to really make up your mind and decide on what it is that you want, because this new beginning is coming in, and it's up to you to decide what it is you want to do with it. I'm seeing this Three of Cups, and the Three of Cups talks about celebrations. It talks about reunions. So perhaps there's a person that you're trying to pick, or that you're trying to decide upon, maybe going back because it's the reunion card. It could also be that you're starting to see abundance in your life, right? The word abundance to me triggers work life. So it almost feels like you're going to see a new beginning in your work life that maybe grants you a new level of stability that you didn't have before. Like I was saying with this Lovers and the Sun. The Sun is the happiest card of the deck. It's the most positive, and I don't think I mentioned that before. But to see it in the reverse tells me that you're sort of blocking, I feel like, a lot of things in your relationships as well. So be careful about going into relationships and going into them sort of with a self-sabotage mindset. You know, that can be very difficult, and that can be very damaging to your relationships. And if you are, definitely try to focus in on that and see, you know, how you can better that situation, because the Tower is coming in. And ideally, whenever you see the Tower, you want to try to mitigate that as much as possible. And I'm seeing here with your overall energy as the Magician, you definitely can. It's just a matter of putting your energy towards it, I feel. I also want to point out that the Lovers and the Sun here have the same people within it. You can see there's the guy and the girl, and they're both in the Lovers and both in the Sun card. So I'm thinking that there's sort of a level of, like I was saying earlier, reunion with this Three of Cups. There's also two children in the Lovers card. And I'm seeing that with this Prince of Cups, you want to come forward maybe with an apology, because the Prince of Cups can sometimes be an apology. It's an emotional message. So that's that can be apologies, that can be sort of proposals, asking for commitment of any kind. And I'm definitely getting that for sure there's new energy here. I'm seeing that whatever it is that you want, you need to decide on it quickly and act on it quickly, especially with this Eight of Wands, like I was saying before. Although, to be fair, the Eight of Wands is sometimes called the Arrows of Love, which means that for some of you, you might very much be in quick communication with someone. And I was just remembering that I believe in another reading I did for you guys in the past, you also got this message of not blocking your blessings. So definitely, if this is cyclical for you, be careful, be aware of it, and maybe try to see if there's something that you can do in the context of like changing your mindset or changing your paradigm or context or whatever. I feel like that could be very helpful for you. But that was your reading for this time around, Gemini. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like or a comment because it really helps out the channel. And I personally really love to know if these readings resonate with you guys. But like I said before, I upload my new Gemini videos on Wednesdays. And you guys are more than welcome to watch any of my other timeless readings in the meantime. But with that being said, I hope to see you guys next time for your next reading.